Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. And I directly need to excuse, since I had COVID a few weeks or a month ago, I still have problems with breathing and sometimes have not the clearest throat. So I'm doing my best. Thank you for the presentation from my former presenter. It's really interesting because what you will hear right now, it's more or less the opposite in terms of how customers are engaging with us, how long or complex the buying cycle is, compared to what we have already seen. Let me start with a short number, 46%. So 46% of the consumers out there in America, in US, and in Germany do not know with what brand they interacted 30 seconds after they had a digital experience with one of those brands. This is a research done by Gartner a few weeks ago. And this is quite interesting because when you say it like that, this just means that we are all, or at least some of us, are really focused on building and communicating a lot, but fail to say something really meaningful. And this is quite eye-opening because in our industry, it's very important to be as meaningful as possible. So today I want to tell you more about how we as Cosnova manage to communicate in a meaningful way. My name is Christian. Hello Bad Homburg. Hello out there, wherever you are. I am 37 years old. Yeah, I'm Director Customer Experience and Engagement with background in economics. I love to do Ironman when I'm not in the office. I love to drink coffee, but at the end, most importantly, I'm not a great designer, and I think you already saw that. So let's start. What is Cosnova? Really just short, I do not want to interrupt or annoy you with the basics of Cosnova, but we are the beauty communists, and we are located nearby in Sulzbach. We are a family-owned business, 100% family-owned. We have 700 very, very highly skilled, motivated employees around the world. We are active in 80 countries around the world. We are, like I said, family-owned, and we are global number 7 in cosmetics. In fact, there's only one brand growing as fast as we do, and this is Elf Cosmetics from the US. And they are spending 3 or even 4 times the marketing amount and marketing money than we do. So a typical German medium-sized company, but global player. We finished our financial year with a record-breaking result of more than 600 million euros. That's nearly 30% more than compared to 21. And alone in Germany, and some of you might know that, some of you don't know, we have 40% of the market share in color cosmetics. And the 2 main brands we are talking about are Essence and Catrice. So Cosnova is behind Essence and Catrice, and some of you might now know what we are and where you can buy us. Yeah, meaningful customer experiences in a world. And I joined Cosnova after working experiences at the Otto Group, at Buddha Digital, or at BMW. And the world here is colorful. It's all about emotions. But one of the first questions I asked was, how important is emotion and delight really? And if it's that important and we all think it is, how can we leverage on that? And this is what I today want to explain to you, because I would say we found some quite interesting results. Yeah, colorful. Customer experience for us is a fundamental understanding of how customers perceive their interactions with us as brand. And once you have these fundamental understanding, you then need to think about, okay, what can I do as brand to improve on this understanding? So why so much invest in customer experience when I just said, okay, it's running so well? It's very easy, and it's 3 dimensions we need to always consider. The first thing is, and I think some or all of you might agree on that, the influence of digital channels on sales is growing, but it also, the digital sales themselves are growing. And this is just a graphic for explanation. This was the point before COVID, and since COVID it accelerated, and since 5 or 6 years we see 3-digit growth in digital sales, but also in digital influence sales. So this number is growing very, very much. Second, we do not own 98% of the conversations. I just showed you we are Essence and Catrice, and we are available more or less everywhere at the retailer or drugstore. 2% of the conversations are just happening in our own touchpoints, like on the own brand.com or on social media. The other 98% are happening on our retail partners' website, which brings me to the third point. The third point is our customers are getting more demanding. In fact, the experiences we see on those other touch points, they are mediocre. Whereas we have on our own website, brand.com and social media, nearly 60% of online experiences are great ones. Only 40% of all experiences on our offline touchpoints or touchpoints at retailer.com are positive ones. And this is a huge problem, because I now will show you what effect a positive versus a negative experience will have. So to sum this up, we have three problems. We see digital influence rising. We see that the majority of conversations are happening not on our own touch points. And we see that those experiences are mediocre compared to the ones we are having on our own site. So what did we do? What did we do to create meaningful experiences? And the first thing was we defined a brand-rooted customer experience mission and vision. We wanted to rally the troops. We wanted to create something which is inspiring, motivating, and authentic for our audience. And we came up with we are your soulmate in beauty. So we want to deliver to satisfy. The soulmate is understanding. The soulmate is applying knowledge. The soulmate is caring. But this was just the first step. I said something about meaningful experiences. The next step was we wanted to find out what kind of emotions are the trigger to become a soulmate in beauty, and what key drivers are behind these emotions. And this is what we did. We created our own customer experience index and started to work on that. So wait a second. And the first thing is we asked all our customers around the world, give me feedback, how did you feel after a certain experience with us as brand? And then we crunched the numbers, and what we found out was there are really 4 specific emotions which are key for our customers' loyalty. In fact, when we make our customers feel happy, content, delighted, and or confident, they will stay with us as brand and they will spend more money. How much more, I will show you later on. 74% of all our customers who felt happy, content, loyal, or confident stayed with us as brand. And in a mass market volume business, where we are more or less high frequent, high commodity products, this was quite a huge finding. So now we suddenly knew what a soulmate really must be. A soulmate in his best behavior must make our customers feel happy, content, delighted, and or confident. Now we wanted to understand what kind of drivers are behind these emotions. So what must we do as project manager, brand manager, content creator, and so on to create such emotions? And we defined different drivers among different touch points. So we asked drivers on social media, we searched for drivers on the website, we searched for drivers at the point of sale. And at the end, there were lots of different drivers, but we could create 5 different buckets. We want to reassure our customers along the way. We want to guide our customers along the way. We want to enable our customers along the way. We want to educate our customer. And we want to create value. So top to down. And from left to right, we now mapped our most important touch points. And what we now did is we asked the teams for input. So think about how we can make an happy moment out of a negative experience. What can we do? What are our blank spots? And we identified different blank spots. For example, we identified, okay, we need more enablement on the brand.com. We need more education on social media. We need more guidance via virtual try-ons on social media. So the highlighted projects are the ones I will tell you a few sentences to, and the other ones we just mapped to see where are the blank spots. So we see, for example, on brand.com, in the part of education, we need to do more in the future. So we need to find more ways to educate our customer in this moment. At the point of sale, we see, okay, there's also a blank spot. We need to do something to optimize this as well. These are the experience moments. The team came up with different ideas. And now we had our, let's call it, experience framework, and we executed on those ideas. In the last step, so we did this every quarter, we are doing this, and we are doing this team by team, and we are doing this cross-functional. But a very important step is to link the results back to the metrics. This means we ask the teams, please come up with ideas. From the left side, you see, for example, a very generic business goal. Align your business goal with an experience moment. So guide our social media visitors to explore new products. And the content team now defines always own business goals. Like, okay, with my content, I want to create awareness. With my content, I want to enable decision making. And how do I measure that? I measure that via transactional metrics or interaction metrics. Like, for example, increase visitors on site, subscribe to my loyalty program, increase user-generated content. So there's no content for the content team in the future without a content goal. And this enabled the team to measure their own success against the business goals. This is just an example. So now the team started to work, and I have 3 examples with me, which are based on insights, and I have 1 example with me, which is more or less based on a test and learn approach. And the first one is the one I would say I'm the most proud of, because we created, and this looks so generic, we created engagement personas. We knew from our research that our customers on social media want to be educated and reassured. And only with Essence alone, we have nearly 2 million followers on Instagram. With Catrice, the other brand, we have more than 1 million followers. So we created Bella, we created Joe, and we created Tony. And every one of them has a unique style of presentation, of interaction, of motivation, and personality. And after a while, our audience is interacting with Bella, Joe, and Tony like they were real persons. So 60% of our global audience, for example, know who Bella is. They asked Bella for input for their first date. They asked us if they have an own Instagram channel, if they can meet Bella in real, if Bella has also a TikTok channel. They ask Bella for tips when they get mobbed at school. They interact with Bella when they have problems with their skin, and so on and so forth. So they really personalize Bella, Joe, and Tony as they were real persons. And then we started to measure the outcomes. Since we integrated engagement personas on social media, the click-through rate increased double-digit. The weighted engagement rate increased. The net promoter score increased. And I told you before, happiness is one of the key drivers that these customers stay loyal with us. So what we achieved with these personas was we created real soulmates in beauty. They are going out and looking out for the personas when they are in trouble, when they have business problems. The second topic is a topic which is more commerce specific. We know our people on social media and on the website needed guidance. So guidance was one important pillar. And we know as well that 20% of our global traffic joins our website because they want to find our products as easily as possible. So we integrated shoppability around the world in every single country, but not only direct shoppability, because most of our users want to shop directly at their favorite retail partner. And wait a second. Yeah, this is very easy. You can follow this while I'm still talking. People now in every country around the world can browse our website, find more product information, and then click through to a specific retail partner in their specific country. We started this online, but we will enhance this now offline. And then we looked at the business numbers. We rolled this out in 2022, and since then, we helped more than 1 million visitors around the world to click through to our retail partner. And they converted with a conversion of 9% on our retail partner's website. So we shared highly qualitative traffic with our retail partners. And when you now do the math, and the cost per click in our industry is around 50 cents, 1 million click-throughs saved our retail partners or us 500,000 euros in performance marketing budget, just with these small projects. It's just an example out of many. The third example is virtual try-ons. This is not a new one, I would say, for everyone, but a very important aspect was enablement and increase customer agency at brand.com and social media. And there's one moment of truth within our industry. People like to use the products at the point of sale. They want to try it on really. They want to feel the texture. They want to feel how it's on the skin. As COVID hit us, suddenly these moments of truth were gone. So what did we do? We rolled out digital testers, virtual testing, in 40,000 point of sale around the world in under 3 months. And we looked at the interaction rates. So we rolled it out on the own website, on social media like Snap, on YouTube, and at our retail partner stores. We did it for different categories like nail, lip, eyes, face. And soon we will roll it out for live shopping, but not only for, not only for live shopping that you can put it in directly into basket. We are going a step beyond. You can directly during the show try the product live on, interact with the influencer, and then continue shopping or not. And you can choose if you want to buy it at our store or if you want to buy it at your retail partner store. And we thought at first, okay, this will be something which is on vogue during COVID, but it will be dropping down in terms of engagement numbers, user numbers when COVID is over. The exactly opposite is true. Now, more than 10% of our global digital visitors are interacting with these services, and I'm showing later on how much better their conversion rates are, how much better their interaction rates are, and how much longer they spend time on our website. And most importantly, please remember what I said before, we want to be a soulmate in beauty. And this is a statement we got through one of the usability tests we did. This makes shopping even more fun. Even if I could use physical testers currently, this solution would help me to make the shopping experience even better. So again, we were able to translate from a technical project, we translated to real emotions in the eyes of our consumer. Again, we try to translate happiness, content, delightfulness from a business point of view into value. And the value I will show you now, before I got through our test and learn. TikTok is another topic. You saw 3 topics which were insights-based. But in customer experience management, you also need to create a healthy innovation portfolio. And innovation means also do something differently, experimenting. And on TikTok, for example, we experiment for more than 1 year. Since 8 months, we are global #1 brand, especially in Germany. We are leading the TikTok charts for 8 months in a row. We won the TikTok award last year. And what we are managed to do is here, we do this completely alone. No influencer, no agency support, 100% organic content, 3 content pieces per day, an own team just doing TikTok. Yeah, we are the only brand under the top 20 brands who is doing it like that. And we are doing much more in terms of test and learn. So we are starting right now working with ChatGPT, testing product copies, testing product text copies, testing also content copies against each other. And I can tell you the numbers are quite promising. We are doing a Roblox game. We are doing Twitch cooperations. So besides the daily grind, the incremental optimizations, we are doing lots of other great stuff. So, but what are the outcomes? It's always two-folded. You need to increase value by the consumer and you need to increase value for the consumer. It's not the one or the other in customer experience management, because at the end, you need to earn money. But let's start with the customer. So the most important aspect is the customer gets valuable products, and secondly, the customer enjoys interacting with us. And I just show you the net promoter scores for our different touch points. Whereas at the point of sale, we have a net promoter score of 11. This is also biased because of the scarce supply chain. So we have lots of sold out products and people do not like that. On our digital touch points on the websites, we have a net promoter score of 42. Yeah, this is me, I'm sorry. On our virtual services like the try-ons, we have an average net promoter score of 51. So you see, customers like our digital experiences. They are translating these into happy emotions. But the question still is, what's in for the business? And this is the last slide for the presentation, or not the second last. There are 4 aspects. The first aspect is happy customers spend more on average. In a time frame of 6 months, they are spending nearly 32 euros, which is 14 euros more compared to the average customer spending when they are having a great experience. And I just showed you what this is, when they felt content delighted, content or happy. Secondly, those customers have an increased likelihood to convert. Customers using a virtual try-on, and this is already 10% of our global audience on digital channels, convert with nearly 11%, whereas the average conversion rate is 3.6%, whereas the conversion rate before we started the customer experience program 24 months ago was just 1.1%. This also shows you how important usability on a digital touchpoint is. We have an own team dedicated to user research and to usability testing. Don't underestimate it. This is huge. There was no single marketing dollar spent to reach this increase. Customers who are having a great time do not only convert more, they also increase their spendings by 2 euros. Customers interacting with the virtual try-ons have an average order value of 27 euros, whereas the normalbrand.com has an average order value of 25 euros, and before we started customer experience, we had 22 euros. And most importantly for us, we increased customer advocacy. 74% of the customers who felt content, confident, delighted, or happy stay loyal with us as brand. And the best thing is, I told you something about the personas. We have, for one of the personas for Bella, we have a global approval rate of 100%, and this is not a measurement mistake. We asked 2,000 customers for their feedback, and 500 of them recently interacted with Bella. And 500 out of 500 said, we fully appreciate the conversation with Bella. She's the most amazing girl ever. And Bella is not even real. This is really amazing. And this is the business case behind. When doing the math, and we would translate every single negative experience to a positive one for only one of our brands in Germany alone, this is a revenue potential of nearly 22.5 million euros. So this is the business case we did. This is the driving force for all the initiatives behind. But don't take my word for granted on it. With this case, we are recently announced to be the finalist at the Marketing and Communication Awards by Gartner. And I will fly to Denver, hopefully with a better voice then, in May this year, to present our case at the big stage. So let's see if we will win. For you today, I have 4 different takeaways. The first thing is, know your audience and really find out what's moving them, because only then you can create great experiences. The second is, rally your troops behind an inspiring and motivating vision. Running an Ironman once was for me a very inspiring and motivating mission and vision, and I achieved it. The third thing is, start small, test and iterate. I could not have run an Ironman from one time after the other. I needed to train, and this is very, very important. Fourth, enable your operative teams. Enable your operative teams, give them tactics, give them the freedom to also decide how to measure success. I do not want to promote a framework, but OKRs is working quite well here. Yeah, and last but not least, tie your results to financial outcomes, because at the end of the day, someone needs to pay the bill, and normally this is then where the rubber hits the road. So thank you so much. This was it.